Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Delio Silepe and I'm so excited to be talking about my labor story today. I've received like a lot of questions. I know I told this story like a million times to my friends, to my family. Everybody wanted to know, how it went down, did my water break, did they have to break the water when I get there or what happened. So I'm very excited to be telling you all about it. So, just to give you a little bit of a background story, my baby was born on the 1st of October, right? Well, that's not background. But I mean, she was born on the 1st of October, but so the 1st of October was a Thursday, right? So the Monday before the Thursday, which was sometime in, I don't know, September, I don't know, late days of September, we went to the doctor because we do like weekly checkups in the third trimester. That's what usually happens, and the reason for this is because you could give birth anytime, so that your doctor needs to keep track of everything, right? So I asked her if I'm gonna go on labor anytime soon, because I was like, okay, it's 37 weeks this week. Is it most likely gonna happen or not? So she said to me, no, I don't think so. Not even next week. So maybe week 39. I was like, oh, that's fine. I was hoping for week 40 because I was like, full term, like it just gives you I don't know, peace of mind. Because I don't know, for me it was like early. 37 weeks was just, it felt like it's too early. Although I had read like a gazillion magazines, pregnancy magazines, I've been watching YouTube channels talking about pregnancy and labor and all of that stuff. So I was I understood that from week 30, they say week 37, some say week 36 onwards, your baby is not premature. So that's like full term, okay? So it's okay, it's fine. Plus my baby was weighing like, she was, I think they checked, she was 3 kgs when they checked, when I was, the last check that I did, it was 3 kgs. But then when she was born, she was 2.9. But that's because the other mass was, what did they say? I don't know, the stuff inside, So yeah, that's why it was 3 kgs and then 2.9. So anyways, I then, on the Thursday, I was working. And I've been working from home. Thank God I've been working from home. So what happened was that I was on my laptop, just minding my own business while working on my boss's business. so anyways, I've just sent my last email. It was around 5 to 5. I just sent my last email, shut the laptop, and then I went to charge my phone. And guess what? So my water breaks. Okay, so just so you know, I gave birth naturally, and it was a decision that I made long time ago. By that I mean like my friend, when I called my friend, I think I was like, I don't know, 6 months pregnant. I called my friend and I said to her, I said to her, friend, please pray with me. I want to give birth naturally. I know that, you can never guarantee natural birth, blah, 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 all of that. So I really was hoping for natural birth. And she said to me, friend, I've been praying since day one, since you told me you're pregnant. I was like, but why, how come, how did you know that's what I wanted? She said, because when we were in varsity, you used to say that all the time, that you wanted to give birth naturally. I was like, what? In varsity, I was thinking about giving birth. So she said, yeah, and your wedding. Like, so apparently I've been talking about things like that, like my wedding and giving birth, my babies, children, whatever. I was talking about all those things in varsity. So my friend kind of knew what I wanted, so she was praying with me for that in the first place, because I know like it's never guaranteed, right? So anyways, so I gave birth naturally, thank God. But what happened on that day was that my water broke, as when I finished working. So my water breaks, and so I go to my husband. My husband was napping at the time. So I'm like, baby, I'm so calm. So what normally happens with me is when I'm panicking, like at the time when I'm supposed to be panicking, right? It's like inside I'm panicking, but on the outside, something just comes and takes over, and I'm just super calm on the outside. Like, it's just, I don't know, it just happens automatically. I don't even have to channel whatever it is. It just happens, So I went to my husband, super calm. Like a duck when it's busy working hard underneath, paddling inside, and then on the outside it's just like this, smiling and calm. That's me, like. So anyways, I told my husband, I was like, baby, my water just broke. And he was like, what should we do? Because he also didn't expect it that day. He knew what the doctor said. So anyways, he was like, what should we do? So we had already packed most things, because you can't really pack everything. I mean, there's things like a charger, a phone. I had like a whole list of a list of things that I had to, pack, that I like an actual list. I wrote them down. Well, I didn't write them down. I had like, it was a page from a magazine with like little blocks where you can tick, which was awesome because it helped me. So everything was just like tick, tick, tick. And all the things that I hadn't put in the bag because I didn't want to forget them, I hadn't ticked them. So on the day I was going to put them in and then tick, 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 right? So yeah, there's things like snacks, and like there's just a lot of things that you want to take. And like lip balm. I mean, you have to take something for your lips. You have to take lotion. There's just, things that they're easy to forget. So anyways, so when when we woke up, he was like, what should we do? It was the funniest thing ever. But I didn't laugh at the time. I was like, okay, I'm super calm. And he's thinking that, he even said this to me. I was like, I actually thought you were pranking me because you were so calm. So I said to him, okay, could you please clean the water? And then now I'll go take a shower before I speak to my doctor. Because now I had read like all these magazines, all these books. I had it in my mind that I don't have to rush to the hospital if I don't have any contractions. I was sort of waiting for contractions. I thought that would come first even. I didn't think the water would break first. Because I mean, when the water broke, I was literally like, I wasn't feeling anything. There was nothing, not even, there was nothing. So after I took a shower, then I started feeling contractions. But they were like Braxton Hicks. So what these are, they're contractions that are not labor contractions. They happen throughout, I think, the third trimester. For most women, it's only on the third trimester. Some women don't even get Braxton Hicks contractions. So, lucky them. I did get them. But what they are, they're like period pains, I'd say. Yeah, not too far from what period pains feel like, really. But yeah. So after that, so anyways, I'd been getting that. After taking a shower, I decided to call my doctor. I said to her, my water just broke, and she said I must go to the hospital immediately, which I did. So my husband and I picked up. So at that time it's around like 6, right? And the thing is, I hadn't eaten because the last time I ate was during lunch. So we were obviously gonna prepare dinner and eat. So I hadn't had dinner yet, right? And I don't know, I didn't even think about it. I wasn't hungry. I was just so excited excited and scared. And I thought, if this is it, I'm just gonna focus all my strength in making sure that it happens fine, like properly. I don't want to stress about anything. I just want to pray that everything goes well. I had been praying, but I just wanted everything to just go well and all of that. So my husband and I went to the hospital. By the way, I'm still leaking. The water's like clear white, by the way, if you're interested in knowing. The water's like super clear. It's like tap water. It's literally that, the water. So yeah, I thought it'd be like a different color or something like that, but it was just clear white. So anyways, I've been leaking. So I wore a pad and we had to go to the hospital. So the whole time I was just leaking. When we got to the hospital, we had to do like COVID-19 check. By the way, I was meant to have done like a COVID test, but it was meant to be 2 weeks before I gave birth. So I was gonna do it. I was just gonna do it before week 40, because I was really, I remember I was hoping for week 40. So that didn't happen, but I was hoping for that. Anyway, so I hadn't done the COVID test. They had to do the COVID test while I was in labor, while I was, in the ward, like the hospital room. So so anyways, they did the checks, where they check your temperature, just those light things, and then they clear you, go in. So my husband and I went in. He went to, sort out the paperwork, those are the things that you have to pack as well, like your medical aid card, your ID, all those things. You just have to have them, because you don't want to do unnecessary back and forth. Our hospital was very close to home, like 15 minutes away. Well, not more than 15 minutes away, maybe a little bit less. So it was very close to where I live, intentionally. But it wasn't, we just didn't want him. I didn't want him to be going back and forth, because I knew that at the time I was going to need him. So yeah, so we went in, and I was just feeling the pains. Now it's like around 7, yeah, well. So manje, the nurses are okay. So they put me in the room, and then they checked me. They checked how far I am. So they saw I was 2 centimeters dilated. So I was like, is this gonna happen today? Because it's like 7 p.m. They're like, no, probably maybe tomorrow, early in the morning tomorrow, or like, I don't know, after breakfast. I was like, what? No. I mean, why? How? So so anywho, I was just praying. I spoke to my mom on the phone like many times, and at that time contractions started, like proper labor contractions started, but they started like light-ish, like heavier than the Brixton Hicks, but not like hectic, like where I'm losing my mind and all. I mean, I didn't even get to the part where I cursed, because I hear a lot of women get to do that. I didn't. It just didn't happen with me, and I didn't even look forward to it or anything like that. So, anyways, it's busy happening. I guess I'm dilating at the time. So what I did do, I prayed a lot. I was praying because there was a time when my husband was just sorting out the paperwork downstairs, and it took quite a while actually. So I was alone in the ward, right? Because they only allow you and your spouse. That's it. So no mom, no dad, sister, whatever. All those people are not allowed in the hospital because of COVID-19. So anyways, my husband was downstairs doing all those things. So I was there alone. So I was just feeling like I was just in so much pain, and I kept on praying that everything happens quick. I was just praying for quick labor. And when the nurse came at around 8, she checked. I was like 4 centimeters dilated. She was like, oh, it's quick, and it was just so painful. Like it was just getting more and more painful. And I remember praying that I said to God, I know that contractions, the more the contractions, the more I dilate. I need contractions in order for me to dilate. That's kind of how it works. And I had read that as well in one of my magazines. So I was just praying that God gives me strength. Instead of praying for lighter rain, you pray for a stronger umbrella. That was me. I knew that I need this rain, like I need these pains, so let them come, but make me strong enough to take them. Just keep me strong. So that was my big thing. Like I really wanted God to just give me the strength to go through this. And another thing about contractions is that when it happens, like when it hits you, because it's like it just comes and you can feel it coming, and it happens for like 3 seconds that feel like a minute and then it goes, right? But when it does come, you don't, I mean, naturally you want to like I don't know, just feel it somehow, or like, yeah, protect your body from feeling it, I don't know, whatever. But with me, I would just let go. You have to learn how to give in. And I did also with my yoga, because I was doing a lot of yoga before Nandi came, and I want to go back to doing it. Like that's the one thing I promised myself. I was like, I'm going to do this forever, because it makes your body and mind and soul, it just calms you down, and it makes you stronger, like physically stronger, and also actually mentally stronger, which obviously translate to physically. But the thing is, when I was going through all of that, I was thinking about how you need to breathe through the pain. That's the one thing that you learn during yoga as well. Like you breathe through the pain, you just go through it somehow. And it's not as calm as I'm making it sound. Like it was hectic. So my husband finally came back, and I know a lot of people were saying, they've been wanting to, during labor, there's just an urge to do number 2. For me, there was never that. Not even at the time when I was just, when Nandi was like, yeah, it just didn't happen. I just wanted to go pee. That's what I wanted to do. And if I'm being honest, I also went to go, like because the bathroom, my room had a bathroom inside, but you could lock the bathroom, So I would go in there just to escape the bed, because the hospital bed was just making me sick, and just to escape the whole thing there. Like they also put like this belty thing around my my tummy that's supposed to check the baby's heartbeat, heart rate, whatever. And I was just like, it was just so uncomfortable. You know, at that point, everything is uncomfortable. Your clothes uncomfortable. Everything is annoying. You know, my husband was trying to massage me. I was like, please don't do that. I needed him there. And I told him, I was like, I need you here, but please don't do that. Just be here. And then I was like, tell me a funny story. Like, and then he told me a story about, I don't know, I had heard it before. Like, he told me this before about 3 kids that were in like a mom was pregnant with triplets, and then I was like, oh, not that one. Everything was just annoying. Even that story was just like, oh, you know, like, just tell me something else, something funny, like a funny story. And I think at that time he was just like so under pressure, plus he was feeling what I'm feeling, you know, like he was just going through all of this with me. So he was also going through like this moment where he's just like, I don't even know what you want me to say right now. What is it that I can say that will make you feel better? So anyways, I would go disappear in the bathroom, and I'd come back like 30 minutes later, and the nurses would be like, why did you take out that thing, blah blah blah. And yeah, so at around 10 they checked me. No, 9, I think it was 9:30 when they checked. That was the third check. So I was 6 centimeters dilated. Call my mom again. Mom, 6 centimeters. Like, oh my gosh, we've been praying, I'm hoping that you're gonna give birth today. At that point, 6 centimeters, it was, you know, the pain was just, it was just bad, you know, like it was just really, really, and I know it doesn't sound, I don't think there's any way I can explain how I felt, but it was just excruciating. It was bad. So anyways, that's like 9:30. At around 11, check me again, I'm 8 centimeters. She's like, ha, when we are Sheshamos. So yeah, then they tried giving me food, because apparently my baby was hungry. Well, obviously my baby was hungry, because the last time I ate was like 1 o'clock during the day, and this is now what, 11 o'clock at night. So baby is hungry. I'm feeling so guilty, because, you know, it's my fault. Like, I wasn't, honestly, because at around 5 I was gonna prepare, you know, dinner. My husband and I were gonna prepare dinner, but I didn't get to do that, and I forgot about that. Both of us, actually, it slipped both our minds. I mean, you can imagine, water just broke. And for me, it's like the first time I'm seeing all of this, like the first time I'm going through all of this. I'm trying to focus all my energy on all of this that's happening, wanting to take everything to the hospital, everything that I'm gonna need. But at the same time, I'm forgetting things that are important, like eating, because actually eating is so important for the baby. Maybe that's why I didn't have an urge to do number 2. Maybe, I don't know, because I mean, I was empty. I was running on empty at that point. So they tried giving me tea, you know, just to have some sugar in me to keep the baby awake. Another thing is that the baby was sleeping, so they had to put like this gas thing on me. So I had that. Also very irritating. You can imagine, like, in pain, somebody's putting a thing over your nose. Like, it's like wearing a mask. You know, that the COVID-19 mask that we wear? It's like wearing exactly that when you in labor. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I had to put that on. I did, because, you know, it's for the baby. Everything for the baby I was just, you know, doing. As long as it's good for the baby, it's gonna help my, you know, the whole thing. So yeah, then it's like, I think at 11:30 they tell me that my doctor is apparently not answering her phone. Her phone is, I don't know, it's going on voicemail. Imagine. So this is my gynecologist. They're supposed to be on call, supposed to be here with me. I was expecting her to be there like the whole time. No, she was waiting for a call. Apparently she lives like around the corner. But yeah, you know, that happened. So I'm just praying. I'm like, you know what, I don't even want to think about this right now. I don't care. I just want to give birth to my baby. I want to push right now. If I need to push right now, that's exactly what I want to do. So they checked me. At that point, I was like 9 centimeters dilated. So obviously I'm like almost there. So my doctor should be here. So then they had to take me from my room to another room where, you know, that's where you push. So they took me in there, and then I had to wait for like 5 minutes for another doctor, because they had to call a backup doctor. And this doctor was amazing, by the way. I actually, at the end of the day, it worked out for the best, you know, because yeah, I just liked him more than I liked her. And I think with her, I was kind of chasing the whole, I wanted a woman, you know, that's kind of, yeah, that's what I wanted. But when they called him and he came, and he just made me feel so comfortable. For somebody that's seen me for the first time, I just felt super comfortable around him. Maybe it has to do with the fact that I was like in serious pain and I wanted to get my baby out of me. Maybe that's that. But I don't know, I just felt very comfortable. And yeah, so he delivered my baby. Yeah, so the pushing, so at 11:15 I was pushing, right? It happened for like 5 minutes. So when I was talking to this previous doctor, the doctor that didn't come, she said to me, you know, the reason why I kept on praying about this natural birth thing, because one of the things she was saying to me was that it's nobody can guarantee you natural birth. You know, it could be when you get to the hospital, you could have to do like cesarean, and when you do it at that point, it's not safe. It's better when you plan for it, and then we book you in, I don't know, whenever, the week 38 or whatever, which was actually not gonna work for me by the way, because I gave birth at week 37. But I mean, they book you in earlier so that, you know, the baby, I don't know, whatever, then they cut you open at that point. But she was just talking to me about how it can be dangerous for you to go for natural and not be able to do natural, although a lot of women have gone through that. And then another thing she said was that when you push, especially when it's your first time, you might even push for 45 minutes, and you know the baby's getting distressed and what and all of that. So she's telling me all these things while I'm pregnant, and I'm thinking to myself, this woman wants me to have a cesarean. Like I just know that that's what she wants. But I mean, I'm here already. Like, I was 8 months pregnant at the time. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stick with you, but you know, I'm not gonna do what you I'm not gonna get bullied into doing cesarean if I don't have to. If I have to, I'm more than happy to do it. Well, not more than happy, I'm gonna do it. But if I don't have to, I don't see why I should. Like, this is what I want to do. If my body allows me to give birth naturally, that's what I'm gonna do. So, you know, I was just sort of happy that she wasn't there, honestly. So when this doctor came, everything was just great. You know, like I pushed, and it was 5 minutes. 5 minutes, because my baby was born at 10 to 12 on the 1st of October. So, you know, a healthy baby was born. She cried, you know, healthy cry, healthy baby. She was pink in color. She hadn't gotten her, you know, pigmentation yet. Yeah, so she was just like this beautiful thing that just came out of me. And they put her on my chest belly for, yeah, just for like a skin to skin thing. And then they took her away to go clean her and whatever. But they took her to her father also to do the same thing. And then yeah, so they had to clean her. And then as soon as, what I heard though, what I saw was that as soon as she got to my husband's arms, as soon as she got to her dad's arms, she stopped crying, you know. That was just beautiful. It was really beautiful. And he was so emo. Yeah, well, he didn't, yeah, he was just very emotional. We both were actually very emotional. So I had finished giving birth. I had to cough out you know, the bag that holds, what do they call it, the placenta. So I had to do that, because that's the last stage of labor. The first stage is the, you know, the contractions, the water breaking and all of that. And then the second stage is the pushing. The third stage is when they're taking out the placenta. And then that's it, you know. So umbilical cord was cut, all of that stuff. So everything was just fine. My baby was 2.9 kgs, very healthy baby. Like, she's just so beautiful. She's still, like, she's amazing. I'm just so glad that, you know, I went through this. But the one thing I learned more than anything was that your mind must just hold you together. And that's what actually holds you together. It's your mind. If your mind is weak, then you're not going to be able to feel pain. You're not going to be able to go through pain. Like, it's going to knock you down, you know. So yeah, I saw how strong I am. I didn't realize how strong I was until that point, you know, like the point where the contractions were like so bad. Actually, the pushing wasn't even, for me, the pushing wasn't bad at all. I mean, I guess it was, but it's just so quick. It's so forgettable. Right now, I don't remember that being bad, but I remember the contractions. I mean, my labor was 7 hours long. I know some women have it for like 12 hours. I don't know, whatever. But for me, it was just 7 hours. And 2 of those hours, I didn't feel pain. You know, I'm counting from the time when my water broke to the time when Nandi was born. that's 7 hours. And you know, I'm just so glad that it happened that way. Honestly, I think it was just God all the way, and I'm really, really grateful. I learned a lot about myself, including the fact that I'm a strong woman. You know, I'm a tough girl. My baby is a tough girl. Like, she is a strong baby. I am so happy, really, really happy that I've gone through everything. And yeah, so looking forward to the future and what everything, you know, what the future holds, you know, raising her with my husband and all of that. So yeah, that's my birth story. I hope you enjoyed it, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, bye.